For years, I let food control my entire life. I would consistently binge eat. I would constantly overeat even after I was full. I always snacked out of boredom or out of stress and anxiety. I literally almost ate all the rice cakes inside of my cabinet right now before recording because I just had so much stress and anxiety this morning. And if this sounds familiar to you, I'm telling you are not alone, because today I'm going to be sharing you my entire journey on how I finally built a healthy relationship with food so you can learn how to do the exact same thing and learn how to prevent those moments of binge eating so you can control yourself and actually reach your fat loss goals for this year. And if that sounds like something that you are truly interested in learning, then make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so I can keep sharing more videos like this. Welcome back, guys, and if you're new, welcome. Hi, my name is Kelly. On this channel, I'm actually going to be teaching you a lot of healthy habits and how to become the best damn version of yourself, not just through fitness, but through life overall. But just in this video, we're actually going to be talking more of the food aspect of it. So let's get right into it. So let's start off from like baby ass Kelly years, like elementary school, like coming fresh out of the womb type of moments. I grew up loving food. I always loved food. I loved eating anything, well, except broccoli. I hated broccoli with a passion, bro, but I actually like it. But anyways, I loved it. And on top of that, I'm not trying to sign blame here, but I really do think that because I grew up in a Hispanic household where you were not allowed to leave that dinner table unless you finish your entire plate of food, I did develop a mindset of I have to finish eating everything, whether I like it or not, whether I felt full or not. That's how this all started. And I feel like a lot of Hispanic girls can really relate to this because on top of that, for some reason, our families don't understand what portion sizes look like. So, and obviously we didn't learn what a normal portion size looked like. So we would eat tremendous big ass plates of either tortillas or arroz or papas for no damn reason. There is no reason for my 8-year-old self to be eating the same portion sizes as my 30-year-old something father. There was no reason for that. So all of these unhealthy eating habits really started from just being at home. And on top of that, I don't know about you, but for me personally, I grew up alone. My parents came to this country as Hispanic immigrants, and unfortunately they did not come with any family besides themselves. So I had no aunt, I had no uncles, I had no cousins, and I didn't have my only younger brother until I was like 7 years old. So I grew up very alone for those first 7 years of my life. So whenever my parents were doing their responsibilities and went to work so they could provide food, water, and clothes on my back, I was alone. I was alone at home. I had nothing to do. The TV got boring. So you know what I did? I went into the fridge and saw whatever I could eat and find, and I just stuffed myself with that every single day for so many hours throughout the day. Food became my comfort. Food became my friend. Food became the only thing filling that void that I was missing in my life, which was probably companionship, some sort of love, some sort of company, whatever it was. Food was just filling a void, and that's how I attached an unhealthy relationship with it. And you know, at this point, I was beyond overweight. Like, the doctors would literally tell me during my physical check-ins every year that your cholesterol is way too high. You are too overweight. Like, you see these knuckles, right? Do you see my knuckles right now? Do you see these little creases here? That was non-existent when I was a kid. My hand literally looked like, what's that thing? Like the Pillsbury Dough, like logo icon, whatever. That's how my hand looked like when I was like 8 years old. It was ridiculous. The doctors couldn't find my veins on my freaking forearm when they needed to take blood tests because I was just that fat. Like, bruh. Are you serious? But anyways, you know, fast forward now to like more high school times, you know, a point where people start caring about how they look and whatnot, and you start developing all those insecurities at that age as well. Well, obviously my biggest insecurity was the fact that I was fat. Even though a lot of my friends will say to this day I didn't look overweight, I always tell them, yeah, because I didn't let myself look overweight. I would always wear clothes that were not too tight on me just so I would not have my back fat, arm fat, everywhere fat exploding from somewhere because clothes were too tight. I tried my best not to wear anything too slim fitting. I always try to wear stuff oversized and hide that as much as possible throughout my whole high school experience. And it really sucked, you know, because high school is a time where girls start getting attention from guys and whatnot, but not I. No guys would look my way. If anything, I remember I had one of my crushes from I think like early middle school to like freshman year called me fat behind my back, and that just like traumatized me at that point. I'm like, damn, okay. And I remember I went crying somewhere after that because it was like, yikes. So I wouldn't really feel like a pretty girl majority of the time either because I would get rejected by guys so many times, and all of the cute clothes that girls were wearing would not fit me. Crop tops were really huge in that era. Baby girl, do you think my muffin top suited well with that crop top? I don't think so. So we were not doing that. I just honestly felt so discouraged. I remember so many times crying in front of the mirror whenever I would go to the mall. I hated taking pictures of myself with a passion. I tell everyone so badly, do not take pictures of me. Do not take videos of me. And if someone did, I would get mad at them. Because it's like, bro, I didn't want to see that. I didn't want anyone else to see my angles. Like, it was so bad. I was so insecure. I really hated myself at that point. And I still did not know how to fix my relationship with food because I kept eating the way I was. To the point that I finally got to my highest peak weight, which was 182 pounds on a 5'4" girl at like, what, 18 years old, 17 years old? It's crazy, bro. It's legitimately crazy. Now, if you're in that range, if you're in that area, I'm not judging you, bro. I'm not. I'm just saying that realistically, you and I both know that if we are in that range, we are not happy. Like, let's be honest here. I was not happy. I don't know about you, but I was not happy in my own skin at that time. And you know, all of this started to accumulate, all of this started to build up until one day when I was at my worst mental health state, I decided to go on a run, and that one run turned into several runs, and it helped me lose my first ever, like, what, 5 to 10 pounds, and I was like outstanding. I couldn't believe it. I truly was shocked, and I became obsessed with losing weight, that I wanted to learn everything there is in losing weight so I could get even better and faster results. And that is the first time I ever understood what the hell a calorie and macro was. After hours and hours of research, I finally got it. I finally understood. It finally clicked in my brain what I needed to do in order to lose weight. And after learning that, in just maybe like 2 to 3 weeks, I saw the most biggest changes in my body that I have ever seen in my entire life. So what did I do? Because I know you want to know. I know you're curious. The first thing I ever did was control my damn portion sizes. Now, this video is literally specifically to you if you are currently eating big ass plates of rice, big ass plates of potatoes, papas fritas, whatever the case may be. If you're eating like 3 slices of bread every single morning, this video is specifically for you. If you know that you are overeating, this is your sign to control your portion sizes. I'm not saying for you to cut out all the things that you actually enjoy eating. Absolutely not, because I did not do that. What I am telling you is to control yourself. And how do you do that? By taking a good ass look of how you are eating, taking a good ass look at how you're putting your food on your plate, and really taking a look at it. I'm like, is this a lot? And if you really have to debate there for a minute, chances are it is. For example, before I realized that I would take 3 or 4 big ass spoonfuls of rice and then put it on my plate. Once I realized that, I'm like, because at this point I wasn't tracking my calories or macros or anything, or even weighing my food. I was just being mindful of how I was eating. I was like, let me just eat 2 spoonfuls. So I grabbed 1 and I grabbed 2. I'm like, okay, that seems good enough. And I would do that every day for maybe like 2 weeks or so until I got more used to that habit and I started losing more weight. Like, can you believe that? It's crazy. Like, once the minute you start controlling the way you eat, you actually start losing weight. It's crazy. That was my first step. Now, the second step that really helped me control my relationship and better my relationship with food is that I had to change my beliefs about food. Like I told you, I really grew up with that belief that I am not allowed to leave the dinner table unless I finish my entire plate of food. Mind you, at this age, I was like almost like 18 years old around there when I finally started learning all this. So I was able to leave the dinner table at any point. My parents weren't able to really tell me like, no, you have to sit there and finish the whole plate of food. Like, we're grown now, come on, let's be realistic. But anyway, since I was an overeater, I had to understand, I had to tell myself that eating more, even after I'm already full, isn't gonna benefit me in any way in my mental health, in my physical health, in my fitness goals. There is absolutely no benefit of me finishing this plate of food right now, even though I am full. If you can find a genuine benefit, then by all means, eat it. But if you really sit there and think about what benefit do I get from finishing all this food besides instant gratification, chances are you're not gonna find an answer. So that should be more of a reason for you to not finish it. And once I started to understand the whole calories in versus calories out, I understood that when I was eating more, I was consuming more calories that I did not need. I did not need to be eating all that food. Yes, of course I wanted it because the food was good as hell, but did I need it? No. So why am I gonna eat more of it if I really don't need it? You know what I mean? And all of this probably sounds so simple to just say, but let me ask you, if it sounds so simple, why haven't you been doing it? Why haven't you been implementing it? Why haven't you taken action towards it? Because by now I can guarantee you, if you really took everything that I'm saying seriously, you would have seen great results by now. But there's a reason as to why you're watching this video, because you want to learn how to build a better relationship with food. And lastly, the last belief that I told myself that really changed the game and helped me lose the most amount of weight is that I would tell myself, it's okay if you don't finish this plate. I always thought that I would get severely punished in some way, shape, or form if I didn't finish my entire plate of food. But then I told myself, it's okay. I'm not gonna waste this food because I can always give it to my mom, my brother, my dad, my dogs. I can take this out for takeout and eat it tomorrow. I can save it for later. You don't have to be wasteful with food if that's why you want to finish the entire plate, but you have to be mindful that you do not need to. You do not need to finish that entire thing in one sitting. That is what I'm trying to emphasize right now. Sorry, I switched because I didn't want the sun in my face, but anyways, just be mindful of how you eat, because there is a point where our body knows when we are getting full, but we always choose to ignore it for some reason. So next time you are feeling full and you feel like you cannot eat more, but you kind of still want to, just give yourself a break. Pause for a second. Okay, I'm full now. Now what? Do I keep eating or do I stop? If I keep eating, am I gonna get overstuffed? Okay, if I do, am I gonna feel better? No, I'm gonna feel disgusting. So what can I do? I can take this home. I can eat it later. I can eat it tomorrow. I can give it to my family, whatever the case may be, but I don't need to eat this right now. And I know I'm sounding so repetitive right now, but these are really the things that I would tell myself on a regular basis every time I would go out to eat with my friends and family, every time I would be home alone eating, every time I was eating my favorite snack and I want to indulge even more. Like, these are things I literally would tell myself on a regular basis to help me control my damn self. And because I implemented all of these tips, it really helped me control the way I ate. It really helped me realize that food is not something I have to lean on for comfort. It's not something that has to take over my life. I am the one that makes the decision whether or not I want to eat or not. So I'm the one with full on control. And because I implemented all of these tips, I now have a much better relationship with food to the point that I can control these urges on a regular basis. I have lost over 30 pounds in my fat loss journey, and I help so many women do the same thing of building healthy relationship with foods and also achieving the results that they want in their bodies. And by the way, if you didn't know already, I do offer one-on-one coaching services. So if you are interested in learning how to do all of this on your own and becoming sustainable with this so you can see everlasting results, then maybe, just maybe, you want to try applying. I will leave the link down below my description and you are free to check it out. But anyways, let's get right back to this video. I do kind of want to end this video by saying, like, you know, breaking these bad habits that you literally grew up building since you were a child is very hard to break. So don't expect yourself to have a way 100% better relationship with food in just like 2 weeks. This takes time, honey. You've learned something for years. You can't just expect to forget all of that in just a matter of weeks. This takes time. You have to be patient. You have to understand that this is a process just like anything else in your freaking journey. Whether you're trying to do better in your career, whether you're trying to do better in school, whether you're trying to better your relationship or whatever the case may be. I wouldn't know anything about relationship right now because I've been single for over 2 years, but you get the gist of it. Good things take time. That's what I want to emphasize so much. And honestly, I could probably use that same form of advice myself because I've just been impatient with life overall. But that's why I shared this with you. My impatient ass, if I was able to do this, I know that you are 100% capable of doing it too. I can promise you, who is watching this right now, I can promise you that there is hope, that you can be better with food, that you can control yourself, that you can lose the weight, that you can lose the fat, and that you can achieve the results that you want. There is 100% hope for you, hon. I can promise you that. It's like that famous quote from Thomas Edison: I have not failed, I just found 10,000 ways that won't work. And the same thing applies to you and your journey. I really hope that was something that you need to hear today. I really hope this is a video that you can keep coming back to every single time that you feel like binge eating, that you feel like giving up on your journey, that you feel like you can't control yourself with food. I hope you understand that I have been there and I've done it and I still struggle on a regular daily basis, but I implement these tips all the freaking time and it helps me so much to control the way I eat, and it's been helping me reach closer and closer to my fat loss goals. So if this is something that you can relate to, I do appreciate if you comment down below your story, and just so I can help support you in whatever way, shape, or form, and we can all start supporting each other, because I'm really just trying to build a community of women that are supportive with one another in terms of their journey of wellness and becoming a better version of themselves, and so they feel like they're not alone. So comment down below your story. I will personally read it and I will 100% support you and I will be rooting for you, okay, hun? But anyways, I actually am not going to the gym today because I have to leave my car at the mechanic, so I'm just recording another YouTube video. But I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!